Welcome home, masters and misses. My name's HidoriKuro, and welcome back to a new episode of House Odyssey Reacts, a series where I, the host and founder of House Odyssey Reactive Videos, recommended by you all, the masters and misses, over on social media, or whatever catches my fancy. Today, we are back with yet another death battle between Avatar Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender and the Traveler Ether from Genshin Impact. I'm going to be legitimately honest, I cannot see Aang winning this. The Traveler has more elements at their disposal. They don't have Cryo yet, because they haven't gotten to SNES Naya yet. That's probably going to be like next month. But, well, I could get into it, but I'm just going to let Boomstick and Wiz handle all that. They're smarter at this than I am. Not to mention, it is hot as hell right now. So, I want to get this out of the way real quick so I don't have to worry about not having no air on right now, because the air is too loud to have on in the background. So, let's let Boomstick and Wiz handle the analysis and get to the brawl. So sit back, relax, enjoy your coffee, and let's begin, shall we?
Aang the Avatar versus Ether the Traveler.
Which journeyman will come out on top in this elemental battle?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Yeah, Maze Hammer looks solid for this fight.
Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the four nations lived in harmony, united by a master of the elements, the Avatar.
This Avatar reincarnated as different people for centuries, all with their own struggles. And man, was that true for our boy Aang.
Not at first, of course, thanks to his master and guardian, Yatso.
As a cheeky little air nomad, Aang traveled the world causing shenanigans, all while learning to control the winds with airbending.
Based on the real-life martial art Baguazhang, airbending is the most spiritual of the four bending styles, focusing on evading and diverting attacks through circular motions. With even the smallest movement, Aang can create tornadoes, run like the wind, and block hypersonic explosions.
The perfect style for a twinkle-toed goofball like Aang. He even invented his own technique, the air scooter. How does he not fall off that thing?
Add in a glider staff for flight, and the sky was the limit. But you know how it goes. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Their conquest spread, war was inevitable, and Aang was the only one who could save the world.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with all that, and being forcibly separated from Gyatso. He was just a kid, so he froze up. Like, literally, he accidentally froze himself and his adorable Sky Bison Appa for 100 years.
Until he was awakened by the Water Tribe siblings Katara and Sokka. Time wasn't kind to Aang's people. With no Avatar to keep balance, the Airbenders, Aang's entire culture, were wiped out by the Fire Nation.
Oh, that's rough, buddy. But Aang took the wake-up call to heart.
As the Avatar, it's Aang's duty to understand the world's people, learning their cultures, their sadness, joy, and humanity.
And what better way to do that than learning how they kick ass?
From the Northern Water Tribe and his twin crush, Aang learned waterbending. Themed around fluid Tai Chi movements, this style controls liquid in all forms to freeze targets, create water whips, and even cut through steel.
Learning earthbending was way tougher, but Aang's friend Toph taught him to stop being a wimpy pushover. Now he can armor himself in stone, move the terrain of entire cities, and fight blind with a sonar-style seismic sense.
Earthbending is themed around the steady stances of Hung Quan Kung Fu, waiting for the right moment to strike head-on.
There was a lot to learn, but even with the world at stake and this moody hothead on his tail, Aang had fun doing it. Who can forget the adventures penguin sledding, going through the bending bayous, and living in Ba Sing Se, the city where no wars ever happened.
Yet across his journey,
Ba Sing Se was a bit of a creepy arc there. We don't talk about Ba Sing Se.
Power eluded Aang. The Avatar state. An enhanced mode of being that came to him in moments of peril.
Sure, if Aang dies in it, the Avatar cycle ends permanently, but who cares when it gives you enough power to wipe out a whole Navy fleet?
Come on, Boomstick. The Avatar state is more than just a power amp.
Jocelyn?
It is.
How long have you been standing there?
I've been here the whole time.
We haven't seen you in
learned
forever,
where
girl.
all Avatar talk is. Through the cosmic power of the Avatars before him and the ancient spirit Rava, Aang gains the knowledge and experience of all previous Avatars, greatly expanding his bending
Approximately
options.
10,000
Lava
years.
bending from Avatar Roku, sonic shouts from Avatar Yang Chen, and even more are theoretically available to him through through their memories.
Oh, I get it. You can't just grind your way to controlling the Avatar state.
Right. If Aang wanted to stop Fire Lord Ozai, he needed something else.
He needed onion banana juice.
Yeah, technically, I suppose. Gross.
Specifically, Aang sought the guidance of Guru Pate. Mastering his power meant clearing his chakras, emptying his mind of earthly attachments. Seems simple, but this also meant rejecting his feelings for Katara, the person he loved most.
When he had to choose between the world or the girl, Aang followed his heart and it didn't end well.
He got better. Aang was determined to understand the world's people, even the enemy Fire Nation. Something he accomplished thanks to the redeemed Prince Zuko, the Sun Warriors.
And these two honkin' dragons! Aang was scared of firebending, but it's totally awesome. It's not just about burning and blowing shit up. Okay, well it is, but there's so much more to it.
Formed from the explosive movements of Shaolin Kung Fu, firebending controls all manner of heat. And through the teachings of fire and water, he can redirect lightning bending, a burst of atmospheric discharge shot at over 200,000 miles per hour.
Iroh, the best uncle ever, used his techniques to redirect natural lightning. So, you know it's the real deal. Not crazy enough? At his peak, Aang surpassed benders who could throw buildings, melt stone, and hold up this gigantic library solo. Whooping Ozai's butt should be no problem, right?
Not exactly.
Yeah.
You see, the air nomads were pacifists who believed in the value of life above all. Being the last airbender, Aang didn't think his people were truly gone unless he went back on their teachings, meaning he really didn't want to kill Ozai.
So, what, he's just a coward now? Mr. Fire Lord is about to burn down the entire Earth Kingdom.
Not at all. Are you even listening? Aang was simply at odds with what he wanted and what the world expected, so he needed to make a choice.
Right. In his greatest challenge yet, Aang discovered his true self, making his spirit unbendable and finally mastering the Avatar state.
Making him as strong as avatars who could cause hurricanes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions.
Or in Avatar Kyoshi's case, a new island. As in, she broke off nearly 30 square miles of a peninsula to form a new landmass. But to defeat Ozai, Aang needed one final element, something few avatars had bent before: energy bending.
Not the easiest thing to do, but Aang totally overwhelmed Ozai, severing the tyrant's connection to fire and stopping his invasion, all while keeping his no-kill run intact. The ultimate FU to this warlord's ideology.
Now that the Fire Nation had cooled off, Aang led a new era of peace with the United Republic of Nations, a place where all people could prosper and where a new generation and a new avatar would take the reins.
He even got hitched with Katara. Take that, Zutara shippers!
I will end you.
For all his doubts, Aang fulfilled the avatar's destiny and then some, and he did it in a way that was true to who he was.
Because before being the Avatar, or even an airbender, the greatest thing he could ever be was himself. All in a day's work for a free, fun-loving kid.
All right, time to see Ether.
Add extra barbecue sauce.
Ad Astra Abyssos. Welcome to Tevat, a mysterious land governed by godly archons that drew the eye of someone beyond the stars. Ether.
AKA the Traveler, who escaped his dying world with his sister Lumine in search of the flowers that bloomed on their lost home, only to crash land, awaken to an apocalypse, and get cubed by this jerk.
Separated from his sister, Ether awoke, again, in a new, less apocalyptic age, and fished up his own pathetic pet pixie, Paimon.
Yeah, she makes for good emergency food. With his
What's
new
up, Terry,
guide,
that
Traveler to the windy country of Mondstadt to find his link to the past, but got a Breath of the Wild glider instead.
And his first element, Animo, letting him make air slashes, tornadoes, and of course,
Windblade! But guess what? Traveler wasn't the only one with a power like this. The vat was full of blessed people wielding these relic things called visions.
vision bearers can imbue their weapons and bodies with elemental power, summon items, and use a special, vision to perceive the elements around them.
Normally, they're limited to a single element, but Traveler is just built different. Through Paimon's guidance, he began collecting elements from mysterious statues across Tevat. No vision relic needed for him.
Each nation had a new culture, a new element, a new crisis.
And new character banners. When asked to play a sleuth for a murder case in Liyue, Traveler wasn't interested. A corpse couldn't tell him where his sis was, but he was roped in anyway and got the Geo ability to form rock constructs and eruptions of Earth.
When
Yeah, we kind of got forced into helping with that whole murder case, weren't we?
Ether ventured to Inazuma, he didn't care about its war with the Vision Bearers and their Archon either.
Nope.
Until he saw the suffering caused by its tyrannical rule, and joined the resistance with electro abilities, fighting the powers that be using electric buzzsaws, thunder blades, and lightning.
He even learned to dodge lightning. Other Electro users, like my wife Lisa, can conjure storms. No shock when my adopted daughter Klee made explosions that raised mountains. Traveler met all kinds of people like this. You know the type. Twinks.
Yeah, Teyvat has its own laws, Boomstick.
Yep.
Many twinks being one of them. Maybe 2 or 3 of them, actually.
2 or 3? Are you kidding?
Shut up, Wiz. This guy's been playing Genshin since launch.
I know everything there is to know about the Genshin meta. Either can mix elements for different reactions.
Yep.
Basically, big elemental combinations. Geo crystallizes materials into special barriers. Electro mixed with water stuns foes. Animo spreads elements around in swirls of destruction. Boom, 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 boom!
Like how I
Indeed.
combine beer and gunpowder.
Exactly, Boomstick. Using Dendro, Traveler can form plant life that, when mixed with water and lightning, makes homing beams. Yeah, run from that.
Yes, the hyper
With enough
bloom.
clever thinking and artifact farming, you can combine anything in Genshin.
Okay, we get it. Go lose another 50-50, you whale.
Don't
I'll show
even,
you a whale.
don't
Drop one
even
on
joke
your
about
lap
that,
next time you
Wiz.
look.
In Sumeru, Traveler later beat Scaramouche, an edgy catboy with multiple elements at his fingertips, all in a time loop that got repeated 168 times.
Speaking of time, Ether had control of more than just his own future. Teyvat's fate fundamentally changed in ways small and grand, all through his unending willpower.
Because the Traveler was a descender, someone unbound by the land's destiny. Even this big tree that records all of the world's events had no idea he existed.
Like when he
Nope.
helped defy the judgment of a biblical flood in Fontaine,
Ah, yes.
where he mastered Hydro for his best Cuphead impression with water bullets.
Heck, a dinosaur chose not to blow up the world just because Paimon and Traveler befriended it.
Yep.
If that wasn't cool
I
enough,
missed that little
Traveler
guy.
can, unrelated, turn into a dinosaur. Hell yeah! Yo, look at him. Wonder if I could get a dinosaur on my Genshin team.
Through these
I
legally
wish.
distinct Pokemon, Ether can fly, dig through the earth, or charge foes like a Jurassic bull. He traveled across the land,
love
searching
Saurians.
far and wide, and finally stopped swinging that one-star dull blade.
Right, I got sick of that damn
Picking up
blade.
the prototype Rancor,
Yes.
which he wields like a beast thanks to the Swordmaster Skirk, and several straight days of training. What a grind set! Still, Traveler's Sis kept eluding him, choosing to hang in the shadows with these Gluminati folk.
A group from
The
Conria,
Abyss.
the nation cursed by the gods for messing with the Abyss. Unbeknownst to Ether, his sister had already traveled to Vat in a journey that mirrored his own.
And at the end, she found... Well, we don't really know.
Yeah.
Not yet, at least. But whatever it is got her to side with the creepy villains. Lot twist!
Eventually, Ether reached the nation of Natlan to fight in its never-ending war with the Abyss. He gained the Pyro element, learning to launch fireballs and explosions combined of flame with lightning.
He didn't just dabble in fancy pyrotechnics. By connecting with the people there, Traveler achieved Night Soul's Blessing, a power-up state fueled by primordial element juice, strong enough to make a blade of fire hundreds of feet long. Hell yeah, that's strong enough to take down the heart of the Abyss, which is on the level of 5-star waifus like Mawika and the Raiden Shogun.
An Archon who, in ages past, sliced Yashiori Island in two.
That's cool, but how about when this Venti guy threw a whole-ass mountain? According to Paimon, Traveler can level a mountain himself.
Additionally, Ether learned how to use light energy to form a Kuvaki shield, something he used to protect the people of Nodcry by blocking a cannon blast with enough energy to obliterate a town.
This
that
was
was
no
epic
ordinary
side, too.
cannon either. It also uses Kavaki energy, so that's a beam of light.
Through all his adventures, Ether had come to genuinely care for Teyvat's people. Maybe one day he will reunite with his sister, but for now, he's fighting for a whole new world. His new home.
Ooh, you need a higher adventure rank for that.
Don't you worry, gang. I dumped all my savings into Primo Gems for this.
Of
We
course
can't
you did.
miss when those ice guys trying to kill the Traveler inevitably warm up to him.
Right, we're getting closer to Snezhnaya, so we're eventually gonna have to get some of the there's 9 characters there. Lord, help me get the Cryo Archon, please, and let her be a DPS.
Still got it.
Oh, so that's why you're broke as shit.
To Ether, the
Yep.
journey has meaning. The birds of Tevet, the songs of its people, they are all part of it. Even if he's against the abyss itself, a new dawn is somewhere just beyond the stars, and a field of flowers Lumine too loved. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's
Time
time
for a death battle! No predictions this time, just gonna get right into it. Already starting off. It's the lightning, swirl. Not the only one, Aang. Oh boy. Take more than that.
Cute!
Saurians are cute, aren't they? But they can also be deadly! Lightning really speeds you up. It's Pyro. Uh-oh. What does Pyro and water do again? Vaporize. Dendro. Bloom. And Hyper Bloom.
What's going on? Paimon goes treasure hunting for 2 minutes. Now everything is going good.
Paimon behind you! Oh boy.
Cool glider. Can it do this?
Easy either. Oh! Right to the knot. And close.
Come on, traveler. Get up. Never, ever, ever stop moving forward. Remember.
No one fights alone.
That Night Soul Blessing. And comes the Avatar stage.
For those who came before, and those who will follow, I am Avatar Aang,
Who did the Night Soul?
last Airbender.
Take this!
Dang, redirected. Nope! That's one like you can't redirect, Aang.
The heights and shallows. Through infinite dusks and dawns!
Way to go, traveler. But does this mean no treasure?
Oh, Paimon. KO!
And my dailies are done. What a miss.
This was an interesting pairing, so let's break this down by power, experience, speed, and elements.
First up, power. Aang and Traveler could both change the terrain of entire cities, and we're way stronger than characters that can break mountains. But at their peak, they're both tearing up islands.
Aang's avatar state made him on par with Kyoshi, who created and moved the island of Kyoshi. Similarly, Night Soul's blessing let Ether contend with Archon-level foes like the Raiden Shogun, who split Yashiori Island in two.
With an attack that even Vision Bearers weaker than Traveler can block. So he's definitely on that level.
Kyoshi Island is over 6 miles wide and long. Kyoshi moved the island 17 miles offshore in 2 seconds. So we have everything we need to calculate the amount of kinetic energy this would require.
Turns out it's basically the same as cutting through Yashiori Island, about 3,000 gigatons of TNT. So their power is tied up.
Which means comparing their experience is crucial.
Ether's mastered more elements than Aang, but the Avatar state gave Aang centuries of knowledge.
With the memories and abilities of past avatars, Aang's kit was so extensive in a way Ether had no real answer for.
Not to mention, Aang's training was more focused. Traveler is skilled, sure, but his training was mostly just a means to finding his sister, while Aang's journey was all about mastering elements to combat other elements.
Experience narrowly goes to Aang. However, another important factor to consider is speed.
In terms of mobility, both could roughly match the other. If Traveler was immobilized with earthbending, he could just dig his way out as a dinosaur.
And Aang's airbending and glider meant he could easily counter Ether if he took flight.
But in terms of raw reaction speed, Traveler had it in the bag. Aang bending away lightning is crazy fast, but Traveler could dodge lightning much earlier in his journey, and now he can block that light-speed Kuvaki laser.
While lightning can move over 200,000 miles per hour, a beam of light can move 186,000 miles per second.
Over 3,000 times faster than Aang. Traveler takes speed by a landslide.
So this all came down to the elements. Who could turn the forces of nature against the other?
At first, I actually thought this was Aang's dub.
Ether's elemental control is remarkable, but most of his attacks are projectiles, spires, and very specific implements that Aang has bent away in the past. Ether has never shown the precision or creative flexibility that we've seen with Aang's bending.
But throw in the combos of elemental reactions and the script flips. Traveler could mix not just his elements, but also Aang's in ways that Aang could not. Bending was Aang's greatest strength, but also, against Traveler, a weakness.
Because Aang usually had one or more elements around him, it gave Ether an easy access point through these combinations. When Aang used fire, Ether could use lightning to catch him in an overload. If Aang used water, Traveler's electrocharge could paralyze him, and so on.
This isn't just a gameplay thing. Genshin characters like the lovely Lisa canonically say this is how the elements work.
And unlike Aang, Ether has fought multiple people who can use multiple elements. The longer the fight went on, the more Ether would trip Aang up with these combinations, some of which Aang could not bend.
Aang could redirect lightning, sure, but what about electro buzzsaws, or an electrified tornado, or dendroblasts of pure plant energy?
Right, he's never
The
invented
Kavaki shield especially gave Ether a strong defense to fall back on. Since it was made of pure light, Aang had no way to remove it outside of brute force.
By comparison, Aang's wind barrier wouldn't block Traveler's elements. It would actually merge with them and create more combos that would target Aang himself. Not a great situation to be in.
And since Ether's powers came from external earthly sources, like those statues, Aang could not depower him with energy bending, even if he theoretically overcame Ether's willpower.
Willpower that is strong enough to alter the fate of the entire world. Sorry, Aang, but elements goes to the Traveler, cinching his victory. Either way you cut it, he was in his element.
The winner is the Traveler, Ether.
Okay, I'm ready for my cameo.
A little late there, buddy. Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Next time on Death Battle.
All right, who we got next? Oh, wait a minute. Ninjago? And brick by real brick. Ninjago and Bionicle?
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
Kai versus Tahu? Oh, this is touching on my childhood. I loved Bionicle as a kid. And Ninjago, chef's kiss on that. I never finished Ninjago, to be honest. At some point, I just couldn't keep up with it. I think I fell off of it around when I got to that tournament thing going on. But Bionicle, now that's a core memory right there. I remember that. I remember the movies. I wish they bring it back. Bionicle was peak. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of House Odyssey Reacts. As I called it, I knew Ether was going to win this. Aang had plenty of experience, yes, but when it came to speed and elements, Ether had him outbeat hard. There was just no real counter to him being able to mix the elements like that. That's what really tripped him up. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like and a comment. And as always, Masters and Misses, we hope to see you again soon.